Any questions on ballot preparation? And Nancy, if you could just send over your comments, we'll approve the final for Karen. Thank you.
I have one question on the language on the ballot. Since this time we know that there are no turned out candidates running, that's correct. Does that mean that the ballot now will not have the language on it about what happens if someone is turned out? In other words, the language in the administrative guidelines says that the ballot shall state that new candidates basically turned out candidates, right? Correct. Is that language on the ballot, even though there aren't any turned out candidates?
It may be on the bylaw shell. It wasn't currently drafted onto this draft ballot, but sounds like we'll be circulating that template, and I don't know if the template has that language on it. Has it had it in the past?
I think it does, yes.
It never has that in the past.
No, it didn't last year?
No, it didn't. That was a full point.
That's true, that was a key point.
So then we should look at adding that in?
Well, it's probably not necessary.
It's not necessary in this particular case, but...
No, I would not do it in this particular case.
Might confuse people.
Add tremendous confusion.
Yeah.
But already
I would leave it
is a somewhat confusing
matter.
Yeah.
And we're trying to keep this as clean as possible, so I would say we shouldn't.
I agree.
Okay.
That's a point.
Then the next time it can come up, everyone will have forgotten all about it, and we have sins again.
Okay, that brings us on to polling place volunteer list. I do have 2 volunteers so far. Did you want to say something?
I guess that doesn't resolve what would occur if an overturned member at day of election showed up and said, I want to be a write-in.
That's why it better be on the line, it better be on the ballot. What happened to the write-in?
How many turned out? You've got Nancy, Jim, not Jim, Nancy.
Anybody who's been gone less than a year.
But that's my point. It's a very finite number, and we can find out who else is it, Jim?
Nancy, Filmer, and Deb, Courtney.
But even if we were to ask those people their intentions, they could still show up and say, I've thought about it and I'm here to run.
I will attest on a Bible that but I would guess that Phil Merton would probably feel the same way.
Well, for you, it's hard working up that P&L every month at hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, but you wouldn't want, it's a lot of work.
That's well broader than that. You're sitting on this committee, so you're already making the statement that you are not a candidate, and so you would have recused yourself from this committee.
I really am for it not confusing the issue by adding that language. I think that the more that we require people to read, the more likely they are to become confused and need help.
We can have the language available if the issue were to arise.
Well, that's an awfully good idea.
That's fair. That's a very good idea. Thank you.
You were talking